So Jeff Douglas lied. Jeff said that the reason that he purged every single person from the Mises Caucus group was because they had stolen the Twitter account. That is not what happened. That what happened was Jeff purged everyone from the group, and then half an hour later, they stole the Twitter account. And they told a whole bunch of other lies to every single Mises Caucus organizer in the country too. And again, I have the receipts to back this up. And the reason that we know this is because screenshots of this got leaked into a libertarian discussion group called Libertarianism at Night. And then once it got leaked into the libertarian discussion group, someone sent them to me. That's how I find out about it. So and I got quite frankly pretty pissed because again, Jeff Douglas lied about me in those screenshots. And what they're saying is that I had come to them and like begged them to be a Mises Caucus organizer. That's not what happened. That's not the truth. And so I was pretty pissed. And at that point, I published my first article about what happened because I had been lied about to every single Mises Caucus organizer in the country, and I didn't like that so much. So once I published my first article, Jeff Douglas, again, national organizer for the Mises Caucus, continued to smear me. He continued to run around the internet saying Carlin was never involved in the Mises Caucus. Carlin is bad for the brand. Carlin is lying to you. And the Mises Caucus is still alive and well in New Hampshire. Carlin is of low character. She's doing all of this to hurt us. She was never on board with us. And come and join the Mises Caucus in New Hampshire. Now, the Mises Caucus is dead in New Hampshire. I cannot emphasize this enough. The Mises Caucus, because of what happened last week, is completely dead in New Hampshire. Oh, Nick, he lied to you too? Nick says he lied to me. He said he only removed 3 low character people. Then I showed him the screenshot you have of how many people are removed. Yeah, Jeff Douglas is lying. He's lying, flat out. And not only did Jeff Douglas lie about me, but, and this is the part where I really kind of decided to show people what happened. Jeff Douglas not only lied about me to every single Mises Caucus organizer in the country, Jeff Douglas contacted my mother. Now, I have been smeared 19 ways from Sunday on the internet. I have had people lie up and down about things that I've said that I never said, or things that I've done that I never did. I have had hit pieces in major publications written on me. Do you know what's never happened to me over the course of the last 3 years? I have never had someone contact my mother and lie about me to my own mother, who, by the way, had no idea what was going on with any of this. And yes, I do have receipts to show that Jeff Douglas contacted my mother. I tried to handle all of this stuff privately. I had a conversation with Michael Heiss in which Michael Heiss basically yelled at me the whole time for reasons past my understanding because I wasn't involved in any of this. And I had conversations with Jeff Douglas in which Jeff Douglas told me that I was bad for the brand and that they never wanted to associate with me 2 days after he asked me to be a Mises Caucus organizer. And so I did try to handle all this privately. And even after Jeff Douglas contacted my mother, and even after I got a hold of the entire chain of events of the purge of the Mises Caucus, I contacted Michael Heiss privately and I said, Michael, I have the timeline of events. Jeff is lying to you. And I'm going to publish this unless you rein him in and get him to start telling the truth. And when I contacted Michael Heiss and told him this, I was told that I was a hysterical drama queen and Michael Heiss was no longer going to communicate with me. Okay. Well, I think it's kind of interesting that you think I'm the hysterical drama queen because I'm not the one running around contacting people's mothers. That to me is unforgivable. when you start bringing people's family into this and just belligerently messaging people saying, Carlin is this, Carlin is that, Carlin is this, Carlin is that, after I have supported you people for 2 effing years, put to the tune of thousands of dollars, and you're telling me I'm the hysterical drama queen? All right. All right. Oh, by the way, just in case anyone thinks that I'm lying about Jeff Douglas contacting my mother to smear me, this is a message that I got from my mother yesterday morning. Carlin, this messenger text was just sent to me by Jeff. The group still exists. There were screenshots getting leaked out of it for months. Carlin was also never in the group. That's not true. I was in the group for a really long time. She is using this to try to get you on her side. Well, Jeff, my mother is probably always going to be on my side, I would think. Truth is, she wanted to be an organizer for us, and I wouldn't allow it because she is so unhinged. I didn't want to be an organizer. Jeff Douglas contacted me and gave me a big half-hour speech about why he wanted me to be an organizer, and then I thought, well, maybe there's some alignment to be had between this other thing that I was doing anyway and the Mises Caucus. And that was the only reason I would have accepted that organizer position. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. And I do really appreciate that Jeff Douglas emailed my mother to tell him I'm unhinged, which the irony of an organizer for a political group targeting someone's mother and then saying that person is really the unhinged one when he targeted my mother. Maybe it's just me, but I think emailing someone's mother to lie about and smear them is probably a little bit unhinged behavior. So my mother said, Carlin, I've never been in this group. Take care of you and yours. And I basically emailed her back and I said, Mom, try not to pay too much attention to that unhinged lunatic in your inbox. I'm going to handle this. And she said, okay, I'm not going to respond to him. I said, that's a really good idea.